Over 30,000 students learn in Des Moines public schools every day. But even with those huge numbers, the lives of individual students are being changed. This is all thanks to a program offered by the Des Moines District for the deaf and hard of hearing students. According to the National Institute on Deafness and Other Communicational Disorders, around 17%, or 36 million Americans, have reported some level of deafness, and 2 to 3 of every 1,000 children are born deaf or hard of hearing each year in the United States. DMPS offers deaf education at 3 area schools. Students in the program begin at Capitol View Elementary School, and from there can move on to Hyatt Middle School and East High School, all of which are located on Des Moines' east side. Capitol View offers half-day preschool for deaf or hard of hearing children ages 3 to 5. Students here are offered hands-on individual development in language, literacy, and pre-academic development.
And the philosophy that we believe is in providing everything, even auditory support, language support, spoken language support, anything visual to all of our students that we have so that they have access and opportunity for their language development and strong literacy foundation.
Also offered at Capitol View is deaf education from kindergarten to 5th grade. Here, students attend mainstream classes or have the option for instruction in smaller classrooms with other deaf or hard of hearing students. This all depends on the child's personal needs. Each student is unique, and to accommodate to that, each child is on his or her own Individualized Education Program, or IEP.
I can also, when a teacher has tried various strategies in her classroom and a student is not progressing like we would expect, she can contact me and I can go in and do a wide variety of reading assessments to determine what specific strategy we should really try with that student. So I would go in and do that, work with the teacher, develop a plan to really help that student progress faster than they had been.
This is Sienna Jones, a Capitol View second grader involved in the deaf education program. She tells us what she enjoys about going to school at Capitol View.
Do you like school, or what do you like about school? Oh, my favorite class is with Mrs. McDaniel, and I love math. At school, do you have friends this sign? Yes, I have Levi and Jason and Cheyenne and Joshua and myself. Do you like signing with your friends at school? Yes, all of my friends talk too.
Leah Kone is a product of the deaf education program and now a K through 1st grade teacher at Capitol View.
Yeah, I grew up going to school. Back then it was called Lucas Elementary School, and it was a different building too. But growing up in that program, I went to the deaf ed program. I was also mainstream most of the day. And really, I had a good learning experience. And when I grew up, I just knew that I loved working with children, so I wanted to come back and teach because I want to be able to teach kids and let them have a good experience, hoping that they'll be the same as me. I was lucky to stay at Capitol View and go through the program all the way through elementary, middle school, and high school. And I felt lucky that I was at a school where there were other deaf kids, so I had deaf friends, but I also had hearing friends. I just felt lucky that I was able to come here and have deaf friends and have the best of both worlds, really.
The main focus of the program is language development. Students may not have the opportunity to communicate at home through sign, so school gives students the chance to use many different facets of communication, whether that is oral communication, sign language, other visual aids, or the use of technology like iPads and FM systems, which is a microphone worn by a teacher that delivers sound straight to a student's hearing aid. Another great trait of the deaf education program is the classes and groups offered outside of school. All Capitol View students can join an after-school group called Sign Club. Here, students learn basic sign language skills, enabling them to communicate between all Capital View students and advancing the learning environment for the hard of hearing. The after-school group recently filmed themselves singing and signing the national anthem to be played during Capital View's morning announcements. Parent involvement is critical to the language development of students. Through Deaf Ed, any instructor or parent within the schools can attend a sign class. This too helps with language development within the home.
And why we really wanted him in this program, in the Deaf Ed program, is Joshua solely communicates through sign language, doesn't have any verbal speech. And so I wanted a teacher who could sign with him and communicate with him, and I wanted his peers to be able to sign and communicate with him. So that was my main concern, was to have peers that he could talk to and communicate with. Teachers are awesome here. All the staff is amazing. You know, he had great school, you know, teachers and stuff at Polk City. But to be able to have people that will actually communicate with him in his language and know how to sign and how to do it correctly and how the whole deaf community interacts with each other, and to have that bond, I think is priceless.
Some students may go home for the night or weekend and have no way to communicate with their guardians. With this parent sign class, communication at home can be possible. Instruction in the program also advances the learning environment. The children have a plethora of lead teachers, interpreters, aides, speech instructors, and support staff at their disposal, allowing for one-on-one instruction. For students up to the age of 3, instructors too can make home visits to work alongside the parent and the child. Located in Capital View, but available to all 3 schools, is an audio booth and audiologist. Here, students receive on-location hearing tests.
I know how difficult it is wanting your child to speak, to be able to communicate the way that you do. But it's so eye-opening and such a blessing to learn a different way to communicate, to meet different people that communicate that way. And I would just say, you know, try your hardest to at least see the program, to learn about it, to not cast it aside or think that it's wrong, because I think it has huge benefits.
Children who may be deaf or hearing impaired are no different from any other child. Whether you observe a deaf classroom or stop in on a Capital View gym class, you will see the efforts of the dedicated people involved in the program pay off. All students working and playing together in an environment where no one is different.